Hello everybody, Jason W. Revolution down here in the cave. Somebody yesterday said, you got to tell us what beers you're drinking when you're drinking beers, and for the most part, going forward, it's always going to be, you know, a local product, the Jenny Light. Your standard light beer swill, but I like it. And as I'm getting older, I'm simplifying the beer drinking. I'm decreasing the beer drinking, and I'm also simplifying the beer drinking. You know, and the more of these that I have, you know, these Coors Light style beers, you know, your classic American beer. I don't like the other stuff. You know, I don't know. Anyways, I'll always drink Guinness. Guinness is always tops on the list. Anyway, again, thank you for the continued interest in the tournament. That will be back tonight. If you're watching this Sunday afternoon, the tournament will be back Sunday night. Tonight we will have another batch of first round matchups. A couple of people have given me a couple of ideas on the tournament. Somebody wanted managers included. My man Upstate Johnny wanted the order reversed, and you know, all those make sense, but I'm in it. I got to keep it going. We will do the same concept with the Galoobs as well. And I don't have any other figures to do. I don't have Hasbro's anymore. I don't have ECW. So we'll do the same thing with Galoobs, and we will do the same with the managers as well. All right, so a couple of things. First, I you know, and I hate to keep, well, I don't hate to keep sounding like a broken record. It's not a broken record. It is love and appreciation for XOX Customs. They, you know, when I went away, I actually didn't check their Etsy, so I didn't even know that the Barbarian was done, and I didn't know that they had done this. And it showed up in my mailbox a couple of days ago. Let me tell you something. Ric Flair has always been my favorite wrestler of all time. You know, as he got a little older and a little more, I mean, I love the Ric Flair of the TBS era. That's my Ric Flair. When he, you know, anything after that is, you know, kind of Ric Flair overdoing it. But Ric Flair of the TBS era was always my favorite. And the LJNs are the dominant wrestling figures. Ric Flair is my favorite wrestler. So as a kid, I always, and I was joking with my girl Net, I always would fantasize, like all the 12-year-old boys do, fantasize about a Ric Flair LJN figure. And obviously, it never happened. And I was not really the type of kid that would be like, oh, Greg Valentine is Ric Flair. I just wouldn't do it. There was no Ric Flair. Well, so to see this is surreal. You know, to see Ric Flair standing across the ring from Hulk Hogan, and they're the same size, and they're the same. You know, obviously the San Francisco Toy Makers did a Ric Flair. We can take a look at that real quick. But, you know, it's not the same. San Francisco Toy Makers were fine, not the same. Obvious size difference, you know, so you just can't, there was no way to get a Ric Flair until now, because XOX by Random Treasures, that's their Etsy store, has put out a Ric Flair, and it is tremendous. You've got the RF on the trunks. You've got the RF. So the RF on the trunks is painted. The RF on the boots looks like a sticker, a decal. You can't tell it's a sticker. You can't peel the thing off. Okay, don't even think that. It is a perfectly painted RF on the trunks, and really, it's this. It's your upscaled Galoob, and I don't know how they do it. I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm not fancy. I don't know how they do this, but they do it. They did it. And so we have a Ric Flair added to the collection. Unbelievable. XOX by Random Treasures, you know already. You are keeping them extremely busy. You know already how good their product is. And I'll tell you this. If you don't know, I'll say it again. Go over to XOX by Random Treasures on Etsy and get figures. See, all this started from a Mr. Perfect and duplicate copies of Sergeant Slaughter, Warlord, Big Boss Man, Haku, White Shirt Hogan, some of the tougher LJNs. That's where it started. And then it blew up, and we've got Ric Flair, we've got, Demolition Smash, we've got the Powers of Pain Barbarian, we've got Razor Ramon, we've got Bad News Brown. It went insane. And we're helping them go insane. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Soon, very soon, we're going to have another giveaway contest with XOX. A buy one, get entered, and get a chance to win a custom of your choice. Not yet, but soon. But I have been given the green light to announce 3 more figures coming from XOX Customs, and I love the idea of all 3. Keeping with the same line, keeping with the same concept, we are going to get a Galoob Sting in LJN size. That is exciting. Equally exciting, maybe more exciting, we're getting Hawk and Animal of the Road Warriors, and they are this close to being put out there for sale for you guys. Don't forget, they also make the custom LJN WWF titles. You saw my green strapped Iron Sheik belt. You can get it in green, you can get it in red, yellow, blue, black. You want just a standard black? You're going to get them on eBay for about $50 for a black LJN belt. Or more. You want 2 tag team brown ones? $50, $60 on eBay. Get them for a heck of a lot cheaper from my friend Net at XOX Customs. Outstanding, fantastic people. Love them. You love them. Ric Flair is now an LJN figure. Go check them out on Etsy. XOX by Random Treasures. The other half of what I wanted to talk about today was movies. I have been, so if you go back and you watch the early days of the channel, the very beginning of the channel, I was talking about I was starting a Blu-ray collection. Yeah, they were on the way out. I was on the way in of the media. I was starting a Blu-ray collection, and then like I became obsessed with finishing, my TV shows. So I was watching like 3 really long shows, many seasons, hour-long, MacGyver, A-Team, and Magnum P.I., and it took me forever to watch those 3 shows. But I was zoned into those, and I wasn't really watching movies all that much. The movies were gone. They were out of my mind. Well, then recently, I just started watching movies again. And then my interests again peaked. And I went online and I looked up the, like these random lists of must-have 80s movies. And I just started popping them into my Amazon list and grabbing them here and there. So the other day I bought Body Slam, which was finally released on Blu-ray about 6 months ago. And I grabbed that off of Amazon. It's it's still wrapped. I haven't even watched it yet. But Dirk Benedict from the A-Team, the Tonga Kid, Roddy Piper, Captain Lou, I think, is in it. I have not seen the movie. I could probably honestly say I haven't seen the movie straight through. And I was a kid, so I really don't even know what the movie's about. I don't even know what it's about. So I can't wait to sit down and watch that. But I also got like Beverly Hills Cop, and I put the Terminator in my list. Just this, not Steel Magnolias. What's the other one? Definitely not Steel Magnolias. St. Elmo's Fire. Right? These are movies that I've never seen, and I really think that when I see them, they're going to be mind-blowing, like the way Fast Times at Ridgemont High was. I'd never seen that movie until I had COVID and then watched it down here in isolation. And, oh my God, you know, the greatest movie ever. So I've got all these movies and they're just flowing in from Amazon. And, you know, for the most part, they're 10 or 12 bucks. You know, Body Slam was like $22.99. I know what you're thinking, right? Why on earth are you paying for movies? Because it's me. That's what I do. I want the movie to come in the mail. I want to unwrap it. I want to smell it, and then I want to, and then I want to put it in the Blu-ray player and sit down and watch it. Yes, I know I can stream, and I have Shudder, so I watch a lot of cool horror movies on Shudder. But I will never stop buying Blu-rays. So that's what I've been doing lately. And I've watched a ton of movies. And I'm writing them down because what the heck? I got this big notebook and I'm writing down my movies. So in the past, since Halloween, I'm going to give you the list of movies that I've watched. I've watched Jurassic Park. Never seen it. I know. Jurassic Park The Bridge, which was a Japanese horror movie that we found online. Addams Family Cartoon 1 and 2. That was the kiddies. Blair Witch Project I watched again. Jumanji with Robin Williams. Hadn't never seen that movie before either. The Addams Family movies, parts 1 and 2. A movie called Hell House, which was on Shudder, I think, and it was great. All the Hotel Transylvanias we watched. Friday the 13th Part 1 I watched again. The Mummy from 1930s, the Universal collection I watched. Clifford the Big Red Dog. Yeah, we saw that in the drive-in. Friday the 13th Part 2 I watched on my VHS copy made off of TV, and it was the Commander USA broadcast. So that was awesome to see, this old 80s shticky USA host. Great. Commander USA. Black Christmas from the 70s I saw. I grabbed that one from Best Buy. That was kind of a blind buy. I had no idea what to expect. I think it was like 14 bucks. Margot Kidder is in it. It's basically about a killer hanging out in a sorority house kind of thing. Home Alone, obviously, at Christmas. The Illumination, Grinch Who Stole Christmas. These are going to be Christmas movies. We caught up on Harry Potter by watching The Goblet of Fire. Santa Buddies. Santa Buddies. A Very Brady Christmas. Let me tell you something. It is not on Blu-ray yet, but A Very Brady Christmas has catapulted itself into my must-see Christmas movies. And unfortunately, it's only on DVD, so I have to actually buy a DVD. But I must have A Very Brady Christmas. I loved it. The real Cindy's not in it, but I loved it. Friday the 13th Part 2, I watched again on the 4K set that they put out. And then I watched Friday the 13th Part 3, also on that 4K set. Of course, A Christmas Story we saw. Towering Inferno. Cannot recommend it enough. Steve McQueen is in it. Towering Inferno is a classic 70s movie, disaster movie. A high-rise catches on fire, and the high-rise catches on fire in the first 15 minutes of the movie. And it is awesome. It is awesome. I love the Towering Inferno. It was always on the TV movie of the week back in the day. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey we watched. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation we watched. You can see a theme here. Die Hard I saw again and just absolutely love it. Can't wait to do the rest of those. Above the Law. So I'm starting to go back in time and watch those dad movies, sleepovers with my dad. It was always Blockbuster, and it was always Van Damme and Seagal. So my favorite is Hard to Kill, but Above the Law was okay. Joyride. Joyride is a cult favorite of mine. It's a guilty pleasure. What's his name? Paul Walker and Lily Sobieski. Joyride, where they mess with the trucker, and then the trucker terrorizes them through the whole movie. Lily Sobieski, ladies and gentlemen. I'm creepy. And we wrap it up with Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, which I actually thought was better than Jurassic Park 1. I don't know. I just did. But that's the movies that I've watched since Halloween, and I'm going to keep it going. I want to make movie discussions a part of the channel. I'm not a movie critic. I'm not a movie critic. I'm not a beer critic. I'm not a wine critic. I don't know how to describe things. Cinematography, I don't know what that means. It was good. There was a couple of bad movies on this list that I didn't like. Let's see. The Bridge was okay. I mean, obviously Santa Buddies and things like that. I mean, for the most part, I guess I liked them all. Yeah, I didn't really have a problem with any of the movies that are on this list. The Mummy was great. Universal Classics Mummy. So that's it. XOX by Random Treasures. Go get your Ric Flair. Stay tuned for contest details. Movies are back being a part of my life. I'm buying them like a madman. We'll see y'all tonight with the conclusion. Not the conclusion. More first round matchups tonight on the channel. Good night now.